Let's continue. The next entry. Abolish. 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 Abolishes, abolishing, abolished. Verb. If someone in authority abolishes a system or practice, they formally put an end to it, to end something, formally. Sample sentence. The following year, Parliament voted to abolish the death penalty for murder. Parliament, I think it's like the council, an authority in Britain, in the United Kingdom. Parliament. Parliament. Parliament.
Parliament.
The parliament of some countries, for example Britain, is a group of people who make or change the laws, like lawmakers, and decide which policies the country should follow, or a particular period of time in which a parliament is doing its work. Between two elections, like the people who is in charge right now, who is responsible for making policies, and yes, the parliament, the group of people who make or change its laws, parliament. The parliament, the next year, Parliament voted to abolish, to officially end the death penalty for murder. The death penalty for murder. That's quite disputable. Probably shouldn't spend too much time on looking for these derived entry from sample sentences. Capable of being argued, debatable, disputable, disputability. That's up to debate, debatable. It is not certain. Well, I probably used the word debatable wrong there. When I said such decision is disputable, it is not certain. I was trying to say some people may oppose it, but some people may support it, support the decision to to abolish the death penalty for murder. But let's see. I think we'll find out in pages later. In pages, how do we say that? What's the opposite of previous? Of later pages, previous pages, and pages after. Previous. Or we can probably say in the upcoming pages. It just suddenly pops up in my mind. They were upcoming. Let's take it for now. The following year, Parliament voted to abolish the death penalty for murder. The following year, Parliament voted to abolish the death penalty for murder. The following year, Parliament voted to abolish the death penalty for murder. The following year, the Parliament voted to abolish the death penalty for murder. Next entry. Abolition. Abolition. Uncountable noun. The abolition of something such as a system or practice is its formal ending. like is a noun variant of abolish, abolition. The abolition of something, like the abolition of slavery in Brazil and the Caribbean. How do you pronounce that? Caribbean. Caribbean Bay. Caribbean. Caribbean. Caribbean, or in United States, Caribbean. Oh, I like this pronunciation. I like the way this is pronounced. Caribbean. 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 It's a sha sound. Caribbean. The abolition of slavery in Brazil and the Caribbean. The abolition of slavery in Brazil and Caribbean. The abolition of slavery in Brazil and Caribbean. Next entry, abolitionist. Abolitionist. Aboltionist. Countable noun. An abolitionist is someone who campaigns for the abolition of a particular system or practice. Oh, these matches, these pairs of words has appeared several times. A particular system or practice, like abolishes a system or practice. We can learn this. A particular system or practice. There is no need to abandon the abolishment principles as such. Who campaigns? This word is interesting. I think it means to do something to achieve your goal, to campaign, to take some actions to achieve what you want. If someone campaigns for something, they carry out a planned set of activities over a period of time. Yes, they carry out a planned set of activities, campaigns for something. There's who campaigns for the abolition, so it's like an activist to fight for the abolition of a particular system or practice. Sample sentence, there's no need to abandon the abolitionist principles as such. There's no need to abandon the abolitionist principles as such. There is no need to abandon the abolitionist principles as such. There is no need to abandon. Let's see what it means by as such. As such. Use as such with a negative to indicate that a word or expression is not a very accurate description or the actual situation. I am not a learner as such. I used to ride bikes years ago. So it's like I am actually not a learner. It is not a very accurate description, and you can say I'm not something as such. I'm not a learner as such. I'm not exactly a learner. I'm actually not a new learner. Join an official board with no academic qualifications as such. Like without and a legitimate academic qualifications. Not very accurate or not true, not actual. Know something as such. not a learner as such. Not exactly that case. There's no rudder as such. What is a rudder? Let's go for the image directly. Rudder looks like it's a part in an aircraft, in an airplane. So rudder, this part moves. You'd better hope that this part doesn't move. Rudder. There's no rudder, just a part of an airplane. The craft can be steered only when under power. Oh my goodness. Let's finish recalling this. There's no need to abandon the abolitionist principles as such. I guess it's saying there's actually no need to abandon the abolitionist principles. There's no need to abandon the abolitionist principles as such. There's no need to abandon the abolitionist principles as such. There's no need to abandon the abolitionist principles as such. Let's continue in the next video.